Okay, as I said before, today we are going to create a simple map to our business and also write some directions. So the first thing that I would like you to do is get into Internet Explorer or Firefox, whichever web browser you choose. Go to Google, google.com, and we're going to search for the Kalahari in Wisconsin Dells. And make sure you're going to the Wisconsin Dells Kalahari. Then at the very bottom of the Wisconsin Dells Kalahari, you should see some white text on the blue background. Click in the middle column there at the bottom, click Directions. And you'll see that Kalahari is giving people written directions from major cities and a map to kind of show people where their business is located. We're going to be doing something similar, creating a map and writing the directions to where we're from. We're just going to choose one major city. We're going to open a new tab in your browser and go to Google. And this time, let's search for the Alliant Energy Center. A-L-L-I-A-N-T Energy Center. And then let's go to the Alliant Energy Center of Dane County, Wisconsin, Expo Center. Again, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you should see a link to directions. You'll notice that the Alliant Energy Center also gives you written directions from major cities: Chicago, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and Des Moines. And they give a map. What's common between the Kalahari and the Alliant Energy Center, both the maps were created in Google Maps. Then what they did is they took the directions from the Google Maps and they wrote them more concisely. Okay, so instead of telling you how far you go, then turn right, then turn left, taking the ramp, etc., it just says this is for the Alliant Energy Center. It is from Chicago. You take I-90 to exit 142A, go west on Highway 1218, that's the belt line. Go 5 miles to Rimrock Road, exit 262. So it gets you close to there. From there you should see signs to the Alliant Energy Center. We are going to do something similar. So first thing that we're going to do is let's open our third tab on our browser. Again, we're going to go to Google. And this time, from our Google search screen, across the top on the black bar, you should see a link to Maps. Click on Maps. And then you're going to type in the address that you used on your print advertisement yesterday. If you need to open that up, or I mean from 2 days ago, you may need to open your print advertisement up in Word if you can't remember what your address is. Maybe you used your own home address so you know what it is. Okay? So you're going to go ahead and get that map to appear on your screen of your business. Everybody got that? Next, what you're going to do is you're going to zoom in or zoom out so you're showing as much or as little of the individual roads as you want. Maybe you want to be able to see Verona and Madison area. Maybe you want to be zoomed in so you only see the certain streets that you are wanting to show. But zoom to get your map the way you want it to look. Once you're happy with how your map looks, hit your print screen button. That's on the top row of your keyboard. Across the top, you have your escape, your F1, F2, F3, all your function keys. Toward the right-hand side, you should see a key that has the word print screen on it. Hit that one time. Now, we're going to get into Word. You may have to launch Word and get in a new file. And immediately go to your Edit menu and choose Paste. Or you can right-click and choose Paste. And now you should see the whole screen, that whole Google screen that we were working with from our internet web browser. We don't want to show the whole screen. We want to crop this down so we're only seeing the map parts. So click one time on your graphic and it should bring up your picture toolbar. If not, if you're not seeing your picture toolbar, right click on your map and choose Show Picture Toolbar. Okay, let's click on our layout tool. Excuse me, we're not going to change layout tool. We'll put in front of text. Now we should have the little white handles around our graphic. And the other tool that we're going to use is the cropping tool. It's right in the center of our picture toolbar. It has little zigzaggy X's, little crisscrossy things. As you hover over across each tool, it tells you what that tool is. So click on the crop tool. Drag in the border from the left so you're not seeing any unwanted parts. Drag the border up from the bottom. Drag the border in from the left. And drag the border in from down from above. So you're only seeing mappy stuff. Okay, so now we're ready to get our directions. Let's come back into our Internet Explorer, our web browser, and back into the Google Maps. If you haven't already done so, type Get Directions. Now, I'm going to write my directions from Chicago. So I just typed in Chicago, Illinois. I could have picked someplace, like I could have picked Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, or something. But pick something in a major city, and you're going to write the directions. So now, as I look at these directions on my left-hand side, I have like 16 directions. I don't want there to be that many directions. Okay? So I'm going to start with, the main part is, again, if you want to just watch my screen, I'm going to walk you through it. My directions are going to say, take I-90 west. Okay, I don't need any of this other stuff. And then I am going to say, I'm not going to have us get off on, I could have us get off on Stoughton Road. And then it'll say exit 156, US 51 north. Okay. Then I can say 138 north. And that gets me to Janesville Street. And then from there, I can say turn left on Jefferson Street, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you want your directions to look similar to what we see here. Here's the Kalahari directions. Write it in paragraph form, and you know, just a short paragraph. Write your directions as concisely as you can. Okay? So go ahead and go back and forth between your Google directions and your Word document, keying in your directions. You can do it from Madison. Yep, Madison's a big enough city. So when you're all finished, you'll want something similar to what I have right here in Microsoft Word. This would be a good chance to save our Word document. So let's go to File, Save As, save it into your Computer Apps 1 folder, call it Directions. And then in a few minutes, once everybody's done, I'm going to show you how to convert this into a graphic. Some of you kind of got lost along the way, so I'm going to go through it again a second time. I'm going to make sure that I have the map the way it is, the way I want it to look on my screen. I'm going to hit the print screen button on my keyboard. That takes a snapshot of my whole monitor window. I'm going to come into my paint program, and you could use whatever drawing program you want. If you like to use Photoshop or the web-based Pixlr tool, you could do that. And I'm going to paste that picture. Again, it brings in my whole screen. I can still see all my word menus and my margins and those things. I want to get rid of those. To do that, I click on my select box, drag and draw a box around just what I want to keep. Click crop. That crops out everything except my text and my graphic. Now I'm ready to go in and save this file as a JPEG into my computer apps folder. Okay. And now I will have a map and text directions to my company as a graphic format. So as I work on my other summative assessments and it asks me to put in my map in there, I have that all done. I don't have to do it during the assessment time. Are there any questions?